Sadly, my pepper plants this year are not doing well, and even some of my overwintered plants haven't performed well. I think a lot of my plants ended up getting stunted and or very stressed out. I'm going to eat my words a little bit because I've made a video before about why I start my pepper seeds in December, and I am starting to think that maybe that might not be the best time for me moving forward. In the past few years, I benefited from starting my pepper seeds that early, but I think with the climate continually changing, my seed starting schedule will also need to change because I feel like we had a pretty cold spring and a cold start to the summer. So my pepper plants just really couldn't thrive. So having started them so early, I believe they got stunted because you can see here that these pepper plants are so small. Then it didn't help that the raccoons kept digging them up, which definitely added a lot of stress to the plants. And I think the ones that got dug up had a really hard time recovering and ultimately just couldn't because I have a few pepper plants that just shriveled up and died basically. And even though I learned my lesson from last year, I also think there could be a chance that maybe the compost I topped my beds off with was a little too hot or fresh and needed more time to cool down. Last year, I didn't wait long enough and my seedlings fried up so quickly. So this year, after topping my beds off, I waited several weeks before transplanting, but perhaps it was still too hot, and with a combination of them being stunted and getting dug up, it was just too much to overcome. But I wouldn't be surprised if compost that was too hot played a role. Going back to my overwintered plants, there are some that are doing okay, but then there are a lot that are just kind of lethargic. They are growing and they are producing, but they aren't super prolific, and the peppers that are coming off of them don't look great, and the plants just aren't happy. And some are still alive but never grew their leaves back, and therefore are not growing any peppers. While pepper plants are considered perennials, it could very well be that perhaps my overwintered plants that are in their third year now just don't have that much left to give. I feel like overall my soil is pretty good since it's built up now after a few years of gardening, and I amend my soil and feed and water my plants regularly, and this is the first time I'm running into this issue. And yes, I do have my pepper plants pretty close together, but with pepper plants, you can get away with that. Some people have even said that the roots of pepper plants like to hold hands. And I have always planted them this densely, and it has never been an issue before. And as I mentioned earlier, I do feed them regularly, which is important in raised beds or containers, especially if you do have a lot of plants in one area. So I haven't changed anything in the way that I grow peppers, and yet this year the peppers are looking quite bleak compared to previous years. And to prove my point that I don't think I need to start my pepper seeds as early anymore, these are my Soundwave jalapeno pepper plants, and excuse my sad looking cucumber plants in the back here since they are on their way out, but these plants are pretty tall and lush and seem to be producing quite well. And then the same goes for my poblano pepper plants over here. The seeds were started around the same time. I started these late because I got the seeds late, and for the poblanos specifically, I had trouble getting them to germinate, but it seems to have worked in my favor. I think I didn't start seeds for either of these until late March or early April, and these are looking to be my healthiest pepper plants. And then over here are my shishito pepper plants, and luckily these are all doing well because I make blistered shishitos every few days, but only one plant out of three from last year successfully overwintered, but it is doing well, and I didn't start new seeds for the other shishito plants until around the same time as the Soundwave jalapenos and poblanos because I thought all of the ones from last year were going to make it when only the one did. But as we can see, the plants from seeds started way later in the season are doing the best, so moving forward, I can definitely start my pepper seeds later because I'd rather have my peppers produce late in the season than not at all. I also bought two new plants at a nursery on clearance for $1.50 each, and they don't seem to be faltering, and I do still have some plants that overwintered that are giving me something even if they aren't doing well, and even some of the newer plants that aren't doing well are giving me some peppers too. And I at least have the Soundwave jalapenos, poblanos, shishitos, and the two new plants that are doing well, so while it's not a great pepper year, it is not a pepperless year, and I am grateful for that. My plan for next year is to pull out any of the new seedlings from this year that didn't take off, and then let the plants that did make it this year overwinter or attempt to let them overwinter, but I will also be sowing backups of my favorite varieties just in case they don't overwinter well. But I will be starting those seeds much later because I do think I have a longer window to start pepper seeds than I previously thought. And I can probably start them as early as February and as late as April and still end up with strong, healthy plants. I'm disappointed, but sometimes things like this happen, and all you can do is keep trying and hope for better luck in future seasons and learn from any possible mistakes made and adjust accordingly. And also, sometimes things are out of your control, and this is just real life, and I think it's important to share things that go wrong because gardens aren't always perfect, and that's the beauty of them. And I hope sharing these real life moments helps others see that things don't have to be perfect and won't always be perfect, but that you shouldn't let that stop you from trying.